Yeah! Get in there, boys. Let's go. First game of the season, AFC Wimbledon. Okay, I'm gonna put my shirt back on. That was just for comedic effect. But AFC Wimbledon, first game of the season, boys. We come away with the dub. We come away with the 3 points. I didn't think we would, honestly. I didn't think we would. I thought against the Doncaster side, even though they are a little bit sketchy defensively at times, I just thought that they have the offensive capabilities to pick apart any defense on their day, of course. But we were defensively sound. I gotta say, the first point of this particular video that I want to make, very defensively sound throughout the entire match. Obviously, there was that goal in the beginning of the second half in which we do not speak of that because that is not at all indicative of how AFC Wimbledon played. I'm very impressed with how they played defensively and offensively. Defensive shape was solid. They didn't give away too many through balls in the back. And Nightingale, and actually Hennigan impressed me too. Hennigan's positioning defensively was very solid. There were a couple of times in which they tried to play like a through ball or like a low and hard cross, and he was able to stick his foot out or get a clearance. Same with Che Alexander, actually. There was a moment on the left-hand side in the second half. I think it was... I actually have a couple of notes jotted down. It was the 77th minute where there was some danger on the side of Doncaster. It was kind of like it wasn't a counterattack per se, but it was a dangerous attack being created. And Che Alexander stuck his foot out as the other player cut it back to, he was looking to cross it, and he ended up playing a really good through ball to Ayoub Assal right after that, and Ayoub Assal wasn't able to get on the end of that. Ayoub Assal, by the way, great game. Aside from the goal, he was the one that lost his mark on the throw-in. I don't want that to be an asterisk on his particular performance because that was a solid game through and through from Ayoub Assal. Notably, obviously the goal was a decent finish. It was redemption from the time in which he missed the chance in the first half. When I say he played well, I'm not necessarily talking about the finishing because that one chance where he got in behind and Luke McCormick played him in behind, should have done better on that exchange. But his off-the-ball runs were fantastic, as usual. I expect him to be that skipper, really fast off the ball and making those runs very quick on and off the ball, as well as defensive pressure. My God, Ayoub Assal is all over the freaking place. He's a right winger, and you see him sprinting all the way back to the center mid to cut someone off, and that's actually what happened. He cut someone off in the center around the midfield area and played a really nice through ball to Luke McCormick. That was before the opportunity that Assal saw later in that first half, in which he tried to place it low into the corner, not very much power into it, and the keeper was able to stick his leg out. Also, Luke McCormick on a couple of occasions too was tracking back defensively and hauling ass. There was one moment in particular where he was sprinting for a good 30 yards to try to cut someone off that was not making a run per se, but that was on the ball and was making an on-the-run ball towards the 18-yard box. Nothing came of that situation, and partially because of McCormick. Also, Jack Radoni was very active off the ball defensively. The whole team on the offensive front, at least. Defensive shape was good. I'm talking about the pressure when they had the ball on their own final third. Our pressure was fantastic. That's what you like to see. Individual performances, of course, Assal did pretty well off the ball. Could have done better on the finishing, but he ended up redeeming himself on the second go around. Him and McCormick have been a pretty good duo. I would also give props to Ben Hennigan. I think he impressed me, like I said. And then Luke McCormick. Shitty first half. Had a couple of really, really poor deliveries, but he really made amends. Him and Assal both made amends in that second half. Obviously, they were the two players that scored the goals. McCormick all around was a better player in the second half. Not just the goal. All around was a better player. And, of course, the free kick. Low and hard into the corner. As cool as you like. And, by the way, that free kick came right after Smith on the side of Doncaster. They were knocking around pretty well, AFC Wimbledon. And then he tried to jump, do a John Terry, like a flying header block, but it ended up hitting his hand. Which, by the way, I saw that in the box. That was pen. That was 100% a pen, ref. But he gave it at the top of the 18, right on the line. Doesn't matter. McCormick slots it in anyway. Pretty good finish. All around solid performance from AFC Wimbledon. I do think that they deserved the 3 points. I feel like they were the better side today. They were able to dispossess Doncaster quite a lot. I shouldn't say Doncaster were sloppy. They had their moments of brilliance. A lot of the times that they gave it away, though, were because of the defensive pressure rather than poor passing from Doncaster. There were a couple of moments in which they gave it away through poor passing, but it was just the pressure off the ball from Wimbledon and the quality of play too. Not just the pressure, not just the scrappy AFC Wimbledon side that we saw 2015, 2016. They were actually quality on the ball, knocking around pretty well. Anthony Hardigan impressed me. I was wondering whether he was going to get the start. I know Woodyard would have gotten the start as a defensive mid, but Hardigan got the start over George Marsh, and there were mixed feelings about it on Twitter. I know a couple people said, why Hardigan? Why not George Marsh? And some people were like, oh, give him a chance, I personally was okay with the Hardigan, with Hardigan starting. I think, Mark Robinson is putting his trust on him, and he played very well. Very crisp passing. Of course, he got subbed after the 60-something minute, but when he was on the field, very crisp passing, played a really good ball out wide to Jack Rodoni somewhere in like the 18th minute, like a fantastic ball. Nothing came of that, but I'm impressed with Hardigan. I'm impressed with Woodyard defensively. He was involved in a couple of those moments in which he cut out, like I said, Doncaster losing the ball quite a bit. Woodyard was a good reason for that. So all around, very solid performance from the Dons. Very happy with what I saw today. I'm going to make it short and sweet because, quite frankly, I'm going to hit the bed right now because I only got 4 hours of sleep. And if you look at me, I'm probably tired. You can tell. I mean, I am tired, but you can probably tell that I'm tired just seeing my eyes. So that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. 3 points to the good. Let's get another one.